It is time to welcome a new species in our favorite settlement survival builder. The foxes have arrived, and with them new mechanics, buildings, abilities and more. So let's dive straight in. I am playing here on the experimental version of the game, but by now you should be able to play this version in your regular games. Foxes look amazing, and despite being a new species, they do not offset the careful balance of the game in any way. Their specialty is scouting and working with rainwater, that new mechanic introduced some time back. But what is totally new are species' passive abilities, and for foxes, that is being able to reveal the location of one of the nearest geysers through the fog. Other species are getting their own passive abilities, and I will tell you all about them in a minute. Foxes get their own specialized house, which is constructed out of 4 planks and 2 crystallized dew, and houses 2 of them. Their food needs are porridge, that new food item made in the field kitchen, Beanery, Teahouse and Distillery. They also like skewers and pickled goods. As for services, you should give them access to brawling, luxury and treatment. This service is replacing cleanliness for both foxes and harpies. This means you do not produce cosmetics anymore, but tea to be able to fill the service for them. When it comes to resolve for foxes, it starts at 5 points, and their reputation threshold starts at 15. Both their resilience and demanding characteristics are low, meaning you can upgrade their resolve fast, but also lose it just as fast. They have another special trait, which is hostility resistance, meaning foxes do not get a resolve penalty from hostility of the forest, but they still do acquire a penalty from the storm. One more thing about the new species of foxes is their bonus for the settlement when they are placed in the Ancient Heart workplace. The one they give you is a reduction to forest hostility by 2 points for each glade you have opened so far. Obviously, this will become a new favorite heart keeper for all of us who like to open lots of glades per settlement. Now, as for other species' passive abilities, which you first unlock at the Smoldering City, humans reveal the location of one of the nearest patches of fertile soil through the fog. And this is uber useful when starting a new settlement, because you no longer have to hunt down the right glade to find that farmable land which you desperately need to start large-scale food production. Beavers extend the available trade offers by 1 in each neighboring town, which is only useful if you go for that upgrade at the Smoldering City and want to trade. Lizards give you 10 tools at the start of a new settlement, which is just awesome for early event solving, while harpies give you 50 coats, which can definitely help solve some initial orders. Once unlocked, the abilities are always active in all future settlements. This will definitely add more reason to think on your starting caravan composition and give you more reasons to take one species over another depending on your playstyle. Another new system in the game is hunger tolerance. From now on, each species has a maximum number of hunger stacks it can survive with before dying. For foxes, it is just 2. For harpies, it is double that at 4. Humans and beavers can survive with 6 hunger stacks, and lizards can last a good while up to 12. This is going to complicate matters when you are running out of food quite a bit, as some shortages will impact you much more than others, and you will have far less time to fix the problem with food for foxes and harpies than for humans, beavers and lizards. And when mentioning food, you should take note that from now on humans do not eat jerky but porridge to increase their resolve. And as for harpies services, not only is cleanliness replaced with treatment, but brawling has been changed to clothes, meaning they now match humans and beavers more closely than lizards. The building field kitchen now has 4 recipes available for production, as porridge recipe was added. But as you know, this one makes food at a terrible efficiency level. On another note, Tavern now offers the luxury service, meaning wine, instead of brawling which used training gear. As for totally new buildings, we have the Teahouse, which produces tea naturally, at the highest efficiency. Pottage at 2 stars, and Waterskin's recipe only has the efficiency of 1. The specialization bonus useful in this building is alchemy, while drizzle water can be used to boost it. In the new Distillery building, however, the specialization bonus is gained from brewing, while it too uses drizzle water. Here you can produce wine, pottage and barrels, all at 2-star efficiency level. In the Beanery, you can produce pottage at the highest level 3 efficiency, pickled goods 1 level lower, and crystallized dew at the first level of efficiency. The specialization bonus here is activated by warmth, while rainwater type used is again drizzle water. The last new building is Tea Doctor, where the services given out are treatment and brawling. The passive effect is called Vitality, and your settlers gain a stack of Vitality effect, which is essentially a bonus to global resolve for every 100 units of any complex food consumed here. Because of the new fox species added to the game, there are also new orders, perks and events which in some way deal with foxes. Another interesting change is the one to biome mechanics. In the Coral Forest, the Inspiring Pressure has had its bonus yield chance reduced from 5% to 3%. In the Scarlet Orchard, and specifically the Archaeologist Office, Ancient Strength's bonus capacity has been decreased from 5 to 3. Carved in Stone working time speed bonus was decreased from 10% to 5%, and for Decryption, the hostility change was reduced from -15 to -10. You should take note that infused tools were removed from the game, so tools remain the only top item for event solving, and on top of that, tools production is now faster. Those events in Glades have about 30% more time until their penalty kicks in, giving you more time to solve them in satisfactory ways. Do keep in mind that goods required by events are now scaled steeper with each difficulty level up to the Viceroy difficulty level. Another big overhaul has been done to the event choices system, as now most events will have 2 options to choose from. The rewards and requirements are directly tied to each other, as you will see when you click on them. Some of the decisions you will be making now have more long-lasting consequences on your settlement, influencing your perks and even orders. Do note that the gameplay you are watching here was played on the experimental version, so I have every single upgrade of the Smoldering City enabled and lots of options at my disposal. Some of the new stuff you have seen here is only available later in the game at higher levels of unlocks at the Smoldering City. Do let me know how you like the foxes and what has been your experience with them. For more of my guides on Against the Storm, use the cards on the screen. Thank you for watching and happy gaming!